G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on 7news.com.au, National Pickleball League bringing the world's buzziest sport to Australia in $100,000 competition. The likes of LeBron James, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes all own a team. Now Australia is ready for its own $100,000 slice. Get ready to be pickled. The sport of pickleball has exploded in the United States over the past few years, with superstars such as LeBron James, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes buying into the professional circuit. Now, professional teams pickleball is coming to Australia, and you can see it all on streamer.com.au. The National Pickleball League, NPL, Australia will kick off its first season in March with 18 teams of 6 players competing across Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland for their share of $100,000 prize money. The league has been steadily building for the past year with smaller events, team captain announcements and last week even a virtual player draft. The excitement began to peak during last month's Australian Open tennis when Naomi Osaka, Nick Kyrgios and Frances Tiafoe took up a paddle at an NPL-branded event at the QT Hotel in Melbourne. Tennis legend Andre Agassi was also spotted trying out the sport at the NPL's newly opened hub in South Melbourne, aptly called The Jar. The first season of the competition will see 6 teams competing within each state for 5 rounds, with the top 8 progressing to the national finals at The Jar on the first weekend of June. In a new unique pickleball format called NPL League, the teams will consist of 6 players, 3 males and 3 females, who will all be required to play in each match across singles and doubles fixtures. Every match from each state will be broadcast on Streamer, a platform developed by 7 West Media to celebrate and elevate Australian sport at every level. The Streamer team are innovative, fast-moving and invest heavily in the success of all sports they promote, NPL Chief Executive Ron Shell said. It was a no-brainer to work with the team to kick off professional pickleball in Australia. Streamer Operations Manager Nick Rinn said the work being done by the NPL to grow pickleball in Australia, including establishing development pathways and facilities, was extraordinary. From the moment we first heard about the NPL Australia, we've been hooked, he said. Ron and the team have worked day and night to build a product that is going to define pickleball in this country, and Streamer couldn't wait to help them make their bold vision come to life. The NPL Season 1 schedule as follows: Round 1, Saturday, March 2, Round 2, Saturday, March 16, Round 3, Saturday, April 6, Round 4, Saturday, April 27, Round 5, Saturday, May 11, and Finals, Saturday, June 1, Sunday, June 2. And if you've made it this far into the update, please be sure to dink that like button and rate and subscribe on the platform you're watching or listening to it on, so this and future episodes can be shared with and found by other fellow pickleballers. Second thing to know, as shared on pickleball52.com, as a child, I felt excluded, but pickleball is the perfect wheelchair sport. In an interview conducted by author Harry Everett with wheelchair athlete Terry Smith, Britain's first ever wheelchair pickleball league begins 10 March in Carlisle, United Kingdom. We speak to its founder, Terry Smith, who has done so much to promote disability pickleball in Cumbria and is now hoping to take the format nationwide. My love affair with wheelchair pickleball started just before the first COVID lockdown. I was promoting wheelchair tennis at an open day at Chatsworth Tennis Club in Carlisle, and during one of my many coffee breaks, I started watching this strange game being played. I had never seen anything like it before. I watched for a while until curiosity got the better of me and I decided to go for a closer look. That was my first meeting with a great guy called Richard Wise from Eden Valley Pickleball. He offered me the chance to have a go, which I immediately accepted. The first question I asked him was, do I get 2 bounces as in wheelchair tennis? He confessed that he did not know, as he had never seen a wheelchair pickleball player before. He was pretty certain that I might be the first one in the country. Within 10 minutes of playing, I knew I had just discovered a fantastic wheelchair sport. I was hooked. I introduced it to Jim, a friend of mine who I play wheelchair basketball and tennis with, and he quickly became hooked too. The two of us then set about getting others to start playing. COVID stopped our initial progress, but once things were back to normal, I started attending pickleball festivals with the intention of promoting the wheelchair game. To begin with, I was the only wheelchair player there, but the response I got from the pickleball community was awesome and everyone was behind us. I'm delighted to say that we now have 8 regular wheelchair players in and around the Carlisle area. As things progressed, we gained fantastic support from Pickleball Scotland and Pickleball England, who started to include a wheelchair category in their competitions. On court, we are competitors, but off court, we are a team of people who are passionate about promoting this wonderful wheelchair sport. At the moment, as far as we know, we are the only organised group of wheelchair players in the country. If there were similar groups elsewhere, we could hold inter-club events. We'd love to hear from you. The wheelchair game has only 2 rules which differ from the standing game. We get 2 bounces if required, and the small front caster wheels can be in the non-volley zone, also known as the kitchen, when volleying, but the larger rear wheels cannot. Wheelchair pickleball is such a great sport for wheelchair users. Tennis is a big area for a wheelchair to cover, and basketball and rugby are physically very demanding. They're great sports, but a smaller pickleball court solves these issues. Wheelchair pickleball can be played in different formats. The hybrid format involves a wheelchair and a standing player playing as a doubles pair, or there is the all-wheelchair format where there are 4 wheelchairs on the court. It can also be played in the singles format. The hybrid format works very well and offers disabled people the opportunity to take part in a sport alongside able-bodied people. This could include family members and/or friends, and could include school children who possibly cannot otherwise participate in physical education. I was one such child, and I definitely felt excluded. That child can now join in and play a sport with and against their peers. I think this aspect of the sport is particularly positive for mental health. The all-wheelchair format is important for the development of the sport. Recognising this, we have now set up a wheelchair pickleball league with an initial 11 players, which is very exciting. Starting 10 March in Carlisle, it will initially be a bi-monthly event with the intention of increasing participation as we progress. This will be a very positive event in the development and promotion of our sport. Hopefully, we will attract more players to join us, and I see no reason why we can't take the league to other venues around the country. I believe wheelchair pickleball would make a fantastic Paralympic sport. That is a nice thought for the future. In the meantime, I will continue to help promote wheelchair pickleball in whatever way I can. Third thing to know, as shared on fox4kc.com, Prairie Village could lose its pickleball courts due to neighbours' sound complaints. A park in Prairie Village, Kansas City, is at the centre of a pickleball controversy due to neighbours complaining about what they call a noisy game. They might actually get rid of all 6 pickleball courts at Windsor Park. That's one of 3 options on the table right now because some of the neighbours can't stand the noise. Pickleball is a loud sport, as the goal is to hit the plastic ball with a paddle. The thwack-thwack sound is constant, and it can get loud as 70 decibels, the same level of noise as a vacuum cleaner. Neighbours started complaining last summer, shortly after Prairie Village Parks and Recreation converted the tennis courts to pickleball courts. The City Council looked into installing noise dampening curtains around part of the court, and they did a noise study to find out which neighbours were affected the most. Last month, the City Council decided that before they do anything, they want their Parks and Recreation Committee to reevaluate the situation. The committee will discuss several options. Here are the options Parks and Recreation have proposed to help with the noise. Install noise dampening curtains for $23,000. Install curtains and reduce the number of pickleball courts from 6 to 4, turning 2 of them back into tennis courts. Final option is to get rid of all the pickleball courts and turn them back into tennis courts. Neighbours also said that since people started playing pickleball, there have been many more cars parked on the street, and there is concern that noise dampening curtains will block the view of parents trying to watch their kids at the park. Prairie Village is not the only city dealing with pickleball noise. Many other towns here and across the country are figuring out ways to let people play this popular sport without annoying neighbours. Paddles up.